Kalyan garu, and just check with them when am I going to act with them. How do I know? Nakela telsu.
Rakul, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show for the third time.
Yes, third time. Thank you so much for having me for the third time and not getting bored.
Nobody gets bored of you.
Thank you.
Right. So first of all, before I started the interview, you got a lovely place.
Thank you.
So what made you move out of a hotel room after, 5 years? 4
3 years, yeah.
3 years.
Hello. It's going to be 3 years only.
Okay.
I think, I was just bored of seeing the same room every time, and then there's not much. You see, when you're constantly staying in a hotel, that place becomes like your home, and I wasn't feeling like it's home. So after a hectic schedule, I had to come back to a blank room, which had nothing that I could relate to. So I needed a much more cozy space. I wanted to have my own place, and then I found this. And
But you still waited for 3 years, isn't that a long time?
No, because it was a tough call, and also you start getting bored later. Like first by second year I started thinking, and then I told myself, no, actually it's going to be a lot of problem because security. Then you have to take care of. Like I have people following, and they know where I stay.
Yeah.
So that is one. And then things like, okay, I get my laundry done like this. So now again, I have to coordinate what is there at home, whether there is food, stuff, fruit, because obviously you'll have a servant, but then you need to coordinate everything. So I don't know if I was ready for that or not, but only when the water level reached here, I was like, bus, now I need a house. So that's when I went in for one.
And obviously, a lot of people know that you love to plan things,
Yes.
Everything has to go by a plan and timings
Right.
and all.
Right.
So when you have a place as big as this, it must be really tough, right, to run a place like this?
No, I'm not really doing much. I have my brother here with me.
Okay.
Not like he does much either, but I have help at home, and luckily I found this place which was very much like my own taste, So
Your taste?
my own taste
as in
of this whole woody, little rustic touch to it. So I feel like I'm home. So I didn't have to do much. I didn't have to work on the interiors much.
Okay. Awesome. You're finally a Hyderabadi girl right now.
I am finally a Hyderabadi girl right now.
ఈ సినిమా గురించి మాట్లాడదాం. సరైనోడు ఏప్రిల్ 22nd రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది. కానీ ట్రైలర్స్ చూస్తే మీ రోల్ గురించి ఆర్ ఈవెన్ మీ లుక్ గురించి అసలు పెద్దగా ఏం రివీల్ చేయలేదు. అదే చాలా కాన్షియస్ డెసిషన్ అలా ఉండడానికి కారణం
యాక్చువల్లీ కాన్షియస్ డెసిషన్. తెలీదు మీ ముందు విన్నారు లేదా, చాలా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో చెప్పాను దట్ ఈ మూవీలో నాకు చాలా కొత్త లుక్ ఉంది. ఒక నో మేకప్, ఎమోషనల్ అలాంటి క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంది. అది రివీల్ చేస్తే ఏమీ కిక్ లేదు. సో అందుకే ఇప్పుడు రివీల్ చేయలేదు. సో మీరు చూసింది స్టిల్స్, గ్లింప్సెస్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ సాంగ్స్ నుంచి. బట్ ఐఎమ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఈగలీ వెయిటింగ్ దట్ ఆ లుక్ ఎప్పుడు ఆడియన్స్ ముందు వస్తే దానికి ఏం రియాక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే నేను కూడా నాకు అలాంటి ఎప్పుడు చూడలేదు. So I'm waiting to see myself like that,
No makeup look.
No makeup.
First time అనుకుంటా కదా అలా ట్రై చేయడం.
First time.
అంటే ఫిల్మ్ స్టోరీ విన్నప్పుడైనా భయం వేసిందా?
భయం ఎందుకు, నేను అంత దరిద్రంగా లేదండి మేకప్ కాకుండా. సో కొంచెం అంటే డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇట్ వాజ్ లైక్ అ కాన్షియస్ డిసిజన్ బికాస్ ఆడియన్స్ కూడా బోర్ అవుతుంది కదా సేమ్ లుక్ చూసి. నేను కూడా బోర్ అయిపోతాను. ఆడియన్స్ గురించి తెలియదు నాకు. ఓ ఎస్, తక్కువ టైం పడుతుంది రెడీ అవ్వడానికి. సో బికాస్ ఐ డోంట్ లైక్ టు సిట్ ఫర్ టూ లాంగ్, టు గెట్ రెడీ. సో బట్ కీపింగ్ జోక్స్ అసైడ్, ఐ వాజ్ హ్యాపీ దట్ ఒక కమర్షియల్ ఫిల్మ్లో జనరల్గా హీరోయిన్స్కి ఇలాంటి రోల్ ఉండదు. అంటే డెఫినెట్ గా స్క్రీన్ టైం తక్కువ ఉంటుంది బికాస్ ఇట్స్ హీరో ఓరియంటెడ్ ఫిల్మ్ అండ్ 2 హీరోయిన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి. కానీ ఆ ఇంపాక్ట్ చాలా ఉంది క్యారెక్టర్ మీద. సో ఆ ఇంపాక్ట్ ఉండాలి. అండ్ కమర్షియల్ సినిమాలో ఒక పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఓరియంటెడ్ రోల్ నో మేకప్ లుక్ లో ఉంటే I thought it was a very good combination.
అంటే ఛాలెంజింగ్ గా తీసుకున్నారా లేకపోతే ఇట్స్ అన్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ మీడియం?
ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ మీడియం. అంటే ఛాలెంజింగ్ అంటే obviously challenging means obviously it's something new, so I have to do my homework, but naku major excitement, it's something new. I haven't done it, so every day I was so happy that I'm doing something that I haven't done before.
Right. ఈ మధ్య ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూలో చదివాను, మీరు ఈ సినిమా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు అసలు ఏడుస్తూనే ఉంటారంట.
బయట ఫిల్మ్ లో
I don't know.
కాదు, ఐ థింక్ ఇట్స్ మీరు 3 days తర్వాత మూవీ చూస్తే మీకు తెలుస్తుంది. చాలా ఇమోషనల్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంది ఇది. అండ్ ఒకవేళ మూవీ పనిచేస్తే హోప్ఫుల్లీ ఆడియన్స్కి ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ కనెక్ట్ అయితే డెఫినెట్గా టచ్ చేస్తుంది, చాలా ఇంపాక్ట్ఫుల్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ హోపింగ్ దట్ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో ఫీల్ దట్ ఎమోషన్.
సో ఫస్ట్ టైం బోయపాటి శ్రీనుతో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు మీరు, అండ్ హీస్ సంబడీ హూస్ నోన్ ఫర్ హిస్ విజన్, టు క్రియేట్ ఈచ్ క్యారెక్టర్ అండ్ ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్ డెప్త్ ఇస్తారు. సో మీ
అందుకే చెప్తున్నాను దట్ నా క్యారెక్టర్లో చాలా డెప్త్ ఉంది. సో ఒక కమర్షియల్ ఫిల్మ్లో డెప్త్ ఉన్న క్యారెక్టర్, ఇమోషనలీ డ్రివెన్ క్యారెక్టర్, ఒక ఇమాజిన్ చిన్న ఊరితో వచ్చింది అమ్మాయి, తక్కువ మాట్లాడలేదు, కాదండి అలాగే అండి అలాంటి అమ్మాయి. సో it's a very different thing. Naku actually this is the first character that I don't relate to at all. Like not even 1% of me is there in the character. So mundu anni movies chuste koncho like oka Divyanka Nanuku Premto I will understand the fashionista sense probably, or Venkatadri Express I understand the Prarthana bit, so I understand the Kanjus bit. So but ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ వచ్చి 1% కూడా కనెక్షన్ లేదు.
సో వాట్ వాస్ గోయింగ్ త్రూ యువర్ మైండ్ అట్ దట్ టైం? అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు క్యారెక్టర్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు అంటే యాజ్ ఇన్ రియల్ లైఫ్లో కనెక్షన్ లేదు. సో వేర్ డు యు డ్రా దట్ ఛాలెంజ్?
అందుకే ఆ ఎక్సైట్మెంట్ వచ్చింది. నా రియల్ లైఫ్లో ఎలా ఉన్నానో అలా క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంటే నాకు చేయడానికి ఏం కొత్త ఉండదు. కానీ ఇక్కడ నాకు అందుకే ఎంత కిక్ వచ్చింది. ఓకే 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 నేను మహాలక్ష్మి లేదు కానీ మహాలక్ష్మి లాగా బిహేవ్ చేయాలి, ఎలా బాడీ లాంగ్వేజ్ పెట్టాలి. సో దాట్ ఎక్సైట్మెంట్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ దట్ రియల్లీ గివ్స్ అన్ యాక్టర్ అ కిక్.
రైట్ నౌ ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ. ఐమ్ షూర్ ఎవ్రీబడి నోస్ దట్ హూఎవర్ హ్యాస్ ఇంటరాక్టెడ్ విత్ యూ. ఈ సినిమా వచ్చేసరికి ఇట్ ఈస్ అ సీరియస్ ఫిల్మ్ రైట్ అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే. సో a disconnect ఎలా అవుతుందండి? once you face the camera automatic.
See, I mean if you're crying in a scene, whether it's this film or any other film, you can never get your real personality into it. You always perform out of your own experiences and of what you know of a certain emotion, but I can't be crying in a bubbly way, come on. Like even if I am energetic I can't, that's an on and off switch. I think you get used to it.
రైట్. బోయపాటి గారితో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు వాట్ ఆర్ యువర్ కాన్వర్సేషన్స్ లైక్? అంటే క్యారెక్టర్ గురించి, బట్ బియాండ్ దట్
మోస్ట్లీ నో బియాండ్ కాన్వర్సేషన్స్. I have not spoken to him about anything else, but he's so involved. అంటే తన ఫోన్ కూడా లిఫ్ట్ చేయడు. డే టైమ్ మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా ఫోన్ చేస్తే, ఇఫ్ యూ బై ఛాన్స్ కాల్, లైక్ I had some launch or some puja and I called him and he didn't leave the call, so I had to call him in the evening again because set lo unnappudu phone tan daggara ledu. He only talks, breathes cinema, the film that he's doing. Anduke he's one of the only directors who I feel has so much conviction. Chala mandi conviction undi, kani meeru oka lane situation ki oka action sequence which is completely dramatized, oka harness veskoni idi adi chestunna, adi kuda conviction to cheste అది ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? ఆ కన్విక్షన్ సెట్ మీద ఉంది. లైక్ మీరు టీజర్ లో చూసారు, ఆ షాట్ ఉంది వేర్ బన్నీ ఈస్ హోల్డింగ్ లిఫ్టింగ్ దట్ పర్సన్ విత్ వన్ హ్యాండ్. We all know that's not possible, right? And it's happening in front of me, but I believe it because of the director's conviction. So mana superhero movies chustam Hollywood lo alantidi em ledu, but we believe it because it's done with so much conviction. So same goes with Boyapati sir, and I think it's wonderful working with him.
So what, you just submitted yourself to his...
Completely. He is such a fab actor. He's a fantastic performer. So he would in a minute perform like the hero, the heroine, villain, like mother, father, and I'm like, how? If we can get even 50% of what he's doing, it'll just give us a different dimension,
Right. So ee cinema lo work chestunnappudu I understand that learning is a very subconscious process, but
na line repeat chesesadu
already last
time nen cheppanu learning is a very subconscious process,
but at the end of the day you are a completely different person, right? Or at least there is a new layer of something. It must be something different after you complete a film. So do you see that difference after you completed Sarenodu? Nothing like that?
I don't see any difference in me.
What can possibly change
What
in
can
4 months?
possibly change? I don't know. But you know, it's a movie, and we know that it's a film, and we know that we're doing a character, so you don't let it get to you or emotionally waver you. But yes, like I said, it's a very emotionally challenging character, and there were days when, you know, if I'm going through that emotion and I come back and I'd be like in that mood for 2-3 hours before I snapped out of it. So it was
2-3 hours
really
ఉంటుందా?
ఉంటుంది
Okay.
అంత ఉంటుంది. If you imagine if you're crying in a scene and you know what all you think to be in that emotion, only glycerin doesn't do the trick. Glycerin just helps you roll the tears, so that it just gets so heavy that you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't want to have a conversation, you just want to come back and lie down. అలాంటి జరిగింది, చాలాసార్లు జరిగింది ఈ మూవీలో.
But that's definitely not you, right? I mean,
Yeah, but 2-3 hours only. No, other people, they go into that zone for months probably. For me, 2-3 hours, okay, come on, now I'm back to normal.
right. So, what was your getaway zone on the set? As in, like, doing a very emotional scene, right? How do you come out of it, at least on the set? Or
No, so you're shooting emotional, that means that entire day you're going to be shooting emotional scene.
Okay.
It's not like you're going to switch into a very happy scene that day.
Alright.
So you stay emotional through the day on set, and after pack up you play some nice music and then just get away with it.
That's your comfort
Yes,
zone, is it?
yes.
What are you listening to? Like, what do you like to listen to?
Anything that has lyrics.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that has lyrics. I cannot handle trance and that ting 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 ting. That's not my kind of music at all. So depends on the mood, you know. I love Hindi songs. I love Hindi music, and I love those ghazals, and you know. So if I want to go into that trance, but when I'm already in a trance, then I want to have some hip hop or some club music, you know, to get myself back into senses.
Right. Now, coming back to Bunny, right? First time Allu Arjun గారితో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. I'm sure everybody wants to know what was your experience like, but beyond that, మీరిద్దరు ఫ్రెండ్సే కదా సినిమాలో యాక్ట్ చేసే ముందు కూడా?
Yeah, I knew him. I knew him right. Before acting in films, and you know, like, I mean, I'm sure you know that I've said in many interviews that Allu Arjun is one of my favorite actors.
Right.
And పనిచేసేటప్పుడు చాలా, అంటే అల్లు అర్జున్ గురించి ఒకటి చెప్పాలంటే చాలా ప్యాషనేట్. అందరూ ప్యాషనేట్ ఉంటారు, కానీ వీఆర్ ఆల్ ప్యాషనేట్ అబౌట్ ఓకే వాట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్, వాట్ వీ వాంట్ టు ఇంప్రూవ్. But how Bunny works is he wants to improve, like, and I had long discussions with him about the film, and he feels that he wants to improve the level of Telugu industry. He wants to keep doing something that people feel, pah, ఇది తెలుగు నుంచి వచ్చింది, వరల్డ్లో అందరూ మాట్లాడాలి, రకుల్ మన ఫిల్మ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి మాట్లాడాలి. సో హీ టోల్డ్ మీ ఆల్ దాట్, అండ్ ఐ ఫెల్ట్ వావ్, యు నో, దిస్ ఈస్ ప్యాషన్. దిస్ ఈస్ అ పర్సన్ హూ కంప్లీట్లీ డ్రీమ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫిల్మ్స్, హీ బ్రీడ్స్ ఫిల్మ్స్. అండ్ ఎప్పుడు చూసిన నా సాంగ్ ఎలా కొత్త కనిపించాలి, ఇది ఉండాలి, అది ఉండాలి, బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డాన్సర్స్కి ఏం క్లోత్స్ ఉండాలి, అన్ని చిన్న చిన్న డీటెయిల్స్ చూసుకుంటారు. సో it's just amazing passion, and that's why you see from where to where he's transformed himself. And in movie kuda chuste, I'm telling you, he's going to be seen in a completely new look, like from the way he talks. It's not going to be Allu Arjun. It's going to be the character, and this is going to be very good.
And on a scale of 1 to 100, how much percentage of Allu Arjun's passion do you have for cinema, obviously?
How much percentage of I have? If Allu Arjun is 100, I would say I'm a 60.
60. It's a decent number. But
Yeah.
అక్కడి నుంచి ఇంకా వెళ్ళడం అంటే చాలా కష్టమైన పనా?
He's grown up watching films. The amount he knows about films, he comes from a film background, from a production house, no? So the amount, why I'm saying 60 is, నేను కూడా చాలా passionate ఉన్నాను, కానీ తనకి technicalities కూడా చాలా తెలుసు, because he's grown up only discussing and watching films. So when we all sit and talk, there are films that they know about which are 30 years back that I don't know of, right? And they're like, they've grown up on those, like Kamal Hassan sir's initial films, or NTR Garu's films, or ANR Garu's films, and then they can talk about how cinema has transformed. But for me, when we were kids, I was into sports, and I was into outdoors and army, and so I can talk about that life, but films happened to me only about 5 years back. like I started watching films as such only about 5-6 years back. Even in school I never saw all the films.
Right.
So na knowledge anta restriction undi. So that's why I'm saying that there's a lot to learn from him. So I keep asking, okay, tell me some good 10 films I'll watch. I told him actually recently I have to still collect the list.
Okay, what was the top of his top 3 names in that list that he wanted you to watch?
I don't remember. That's why I told him write and give me.
Because he hasn't sent you yet.
No, he hasn't sent me yet. Actually, I forgot. I had to take.
Right. Now, I wanted to ask you about something very interesting that you said in a recent interview, that it hasn't sunk in yet that you're an actress.
Yes, still, I would say the same thing.
It's been what, 3-4 years already?
What, yeah, Hemant? Every time you make it 4 years, on 29th November 2016, I will complete 3 years.
But it still feels like a very long time. I don't know for what reason.
Just because you keep bumping into me outside doesn't mean that it seems like a very, very long time. It's 29th November 2016. Venkatadri Express released exactly 3 years back.
Seriously?
29th November 2013.
Yeah. 3 years, but you have done some really big films in the meantime, right?
Yeah,
Still,
just because I've been working back to back.
It hasn't sunk in yet?
Why should it? I'm saying, why should it sink in? Why do I have to know that, okay, I'm an actress and I have a lot of fan following? Why?
But that's not just about being an actress, right? Like
I know I'm an actor,
right.
Until I don't have Alzheimer's that I go and forget that, I am an actor and oh shit, I didn't know that I had to go and act. But I don't want it to sink in, and I don't want it to affect me in a way that I don't want it to get to an arrogance level at any point.
You're probably talking about fame, not the acting bit.
No, even acting, yeah. Like I said it this morning also in another interview, that they asked me, so ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఎలా అనిపిస్తుంది మీరు టాప్ లో ఉన్నారు, బిగ్ లీగ్ లో ఉన్నారు? అవునా, నాకు తెలియదు. నాకు రోజు ఐ హ్యావ్ ద సేమ్ ఫీలింగ్. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి, వాట్ am I doing, ఇది ఎలా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయాలి, ఇంకా బెటర్ తెలుగు నేర్చుకోవాలి, వాట్ ఇస్ the new thing that I can do in my next films. So those are the things that I think about. If I start thinking about, I am in the top league, అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు next month crash, అయిపోయింది, finish story, over.
Almost every film కి ఆ భయం ఉంటదేమో కదా?
భయం కాదు, కానీ ఒక
టెన్షన్ ఉంటది.
రిలీజ్ కి లేదంటే టెన్షన్ లేదు. టెన్షన్ భయంతో పని చేస్తే మీరు ఎలా ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తారు? I enjoy and I like to live in the moment, If I'm doing a film, I want to enjoy every day of that film because I'm getting to do something I've always wanted to do. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నాకు అదే డ్రీమ్ ఉంది, నాకు ఆ అవకాశం దొరికింది. God's been great to me, kind to me that I have it. So why not enjoy it? Why get into the whole rat race of నేను ఇప్పుడు number 1 ఉన్నాను లేదంటే 2 ఉన్నాను, తను నాతో బెటర్ ఫిల్మ్స్ చేస్తుంది. All that is not needed, I mean. So yeah, so it still hasn't sunk in. And I feel like I'm doing a 9 to 6 job like any of the other people. They also do a 9 to 6 job, I'm also doing a 9 to 6 job.
But you get to travel the world, so
yeah, and then wear short clothes and in dance in like really minus degrees. So that's something others don't do. Probably we only do it.
Now that reminds me of Bolivia. I want to know all about it.
Yes.
You've been going gaga about that place is shot in. Okay, for people who don't know already, Serenado is the first ever Telugu film to be shot
First Indian film.
First Indian film to be shot in Bolivia, and they shot on the world's largest salt flat, which we are told is a magical place.
Which is called Uyuni di Salar, and it's magical. It is surreal, unreal, completely. I never thought that something so beautiful existed on the face of this earth, So eldaniki manaki 50 hours padindi. And akkada reach ayaka, we had the last flight was a private jet to reach the Salar, Uyuni, which is a small village. Okay, it's a 2-kilometer radius. Akkada emi ledu asalu. I think population kuda chala takkuva untundi, and very poor country. The dogs are also poor. Everybody is poor. Like whatever you look around, everything is poor. And it's just so beautiful. It's on a high altitude. Hotels kuda normal ledu. We stayed in a guest house, they did it up. We had our own chef unit there and that food. So kani next day location reach ayin tarvata we forgot everything. We're like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Oka shot kuda first shot monitor lo chusin tarvata that 50 hours is worth it. All the pains that we had in our bodies to get there was all worth it.
It almost felt like a being transparent to wallpaper, no?
Yes, totally,
It's like
totally.
that,
And
huh?
during sunset, you know, the thing about the Salar is that there are different areas. One is plain salt, one is textured salt, and one is water. You know, there is about 6 inches water all through the Salar. So we shot there also. So we were in water from say morning 8 a.m. to evening 8 a.m. because it's thousands and thousands of kilometers
Yeah,
of water. So you
right.
can't walk out, you know. So we're in water and the clothes are wet and all that. But evening sunset, everything is a reflection. Everything, even a stone would reflect in that water. It looks beautiful.